Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. In today's video I'm going to be talking about 3 of my favourite single player card games and explaining how to play them. Considering we're in our second lockdown, I thought this would be a great video to do for anyone who's bored out there who loves playing games. If that's you, then this video is definitely for you. I've got some great games in here. Yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I hope you consider subscribing to me, and if you have any card games that I haven't mentioned, comment them down below because I'm always interested in hearing new card game ideas. But without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing you're going to want to do before playing any card game is get yourself your deck of cards, open them up, take out any jokers or any reference cards that are in there that you aren't going to want to be playing with. In any of these games that I'm talking about, we're not going to need any jokers, so you can just pop them to the side. And then you want to count your cards. You need to make sure that you have 52, not including the jokers. So yeah, I'd always suggest doing this before starting any card game. After you've counted them all and you've made sure that there's 52 cards there, you can give them a good old shuffle. You want to do this before any card game and between games, otherwise you're just not going to have a fair game. So the first game I'm going to be talking about today is an absolute classic, and it's Solitaire. Yeah, this game is a really great game to have under your belt. It is just like the classic one-player card game, so yeah, you need to know how to play this one if you love cards like I do. So the aim of the game in Solitaire is to work your way through all the cards and eventually have 4 separate piles of 4 separate suits, starting from ace and finishing at king. Start off by taking your deck of cards and dealing them into 7 piles. So the first pile is going to have 1 card and the 7th pile is going to have 7 cards. All the cards should be face down bar the first card of each pile. So you do this by dealing the first card in pile 1 face up and then the rest of the 6 cards face down. You then deal your card face up in pile 2, leaving pile 1 alone because you've already got your 1 card there, and then dealing on the rest of the piles. You then do your card face up on pile 3 and so on and so forth until you've completed dealing onto all the piles. Place the rest of the deck sort of to the top and the left of your main play area. You're now ready to start playing Solitaire. So in order to win, you need to do 2 things basically. You need to work your way through the leftover pile that you've just placed at the top and to the left. And then you also need to work on your cards in your sort of main foundation playing area to reveal the hidden cards, because without those, you're just not going to be able to win. In order to do this, you need to build cards on top of each other in that main play area. And you do this in descending? I think it's descending, yeah. You do that in descending high to low. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. Yeah, ascending is going up, descending is coming down. Gosh, it's too late in the day. Oh, this is what happens when you have a full-time job and trying to do a YouTube channel, I tell ya. So you do this by building cards in descending order on your main foundation in your main play area, and you have to build your cards in red and black order. So you can only place a red card on a black card and a black card on a red card. In this example of me playing, you'll see that I've placed a red 4 on a black 5. And then as soon as you reveal one of the hidden cards that are turned over, you can then turn it over and that card is now in play. So after you're done sort of playing around with your main foundation, building any cards, turning any cards over that you can do down there, you can start sifting through the remaining deck. Dependent on the rules you're playing, you can either draw 1 card or 3 cards. It's totally up to you. 3 cards makes the game more challenging, and for the purpose of this video, I'm drawing 3 cards. When you reveal a card, you can either play it to the main foundation. If it's an ace or anything else that can be built onto an ace, you put it up in your finishing piles, or if you can't do anything with it, you just leave it and then draw your next 3 or 1 card, depending on what rules you're playing. As soon as you reveal any aces, pop them up into the finishing pile area, and as soon as you've played an ace, you can then play any other cards on top of that, and that's in ascending order. So as soon as you've played an ace of spades, for example, you can then play the 2 of spades if you have it available to you. And it goes so on and so forth like that until you get up to the king. If in the main foundation there's an empty space, then you can fill that with a king, whether that's a king on its own or a king that has other cards on it. If it's got other cards on it and you've sort of got a run going on, you move the whole pile over with it. But yeah, you can only fill those spaces with a king. If you get to the point where you can't play any more cards, that basically means you can't move anything around in your main foundation. None of the cards that you're turning over are doing anything for you, or you can't build anything else up onto your ace piles, then you've lost, unfortunately. And you can cheat if you want. I sometimes do it. No, I don't. I'm not a cheater. But if you manage to play all of your cards to the ace piles so that you've got the spades, clubs, hearts and diamonds complete, then congratulations, you've just won Solitaire. The next one player game I'm going to talk about is called Patience or Clock. So this game is really hard to win. You basically have a 1 in 13th chance of winning, but it's really fun and will keep you entertained, so I definitely recommend. The video I'm about to show you that I'm about to insert in is me playing. I've been playing this game, I think, since I was 5, like since I was young, maybe even younger than that. I don't really remember ever winning this game, and I kid you not, like I swear to God, that I filmed myself playing it so that I could, you know, insert the clips in, and I won. First time filming, I won, and I could not believe it. Like, I was literally like, what? I've just won Clock whilst filming myself. Like, I have the video evidence, like, honestly unbelievable. So the aim of Clock is to essentially have ace to queen round in the shape of a clock. So you'll have 4 aces, 4 twos, 4 threes, 4 fours, so on, all the way around to the queen, and then 4 kings in the middle. So everything is very neatly in their piles, 4 of a kind, looking like a nice clock shape. Oh my God, I almost said clock shape. Oh dear, that was a slip of the tongue, wasn't it? The aim of the game is to have all numbered cards in a clock shape in their order. So basically 4 aces in a pile, followed by 4 twos, followed by 4 threes, all the way around till you get to queen, and then you want 4 kings in the middle. So you basically have a clock. Oh my God, clock. A clock shape. Moving on. So you start off by dealing 12 cards in a circle clock shape around the table with one final card placed in the middle. Just give that a little neaten up, that's what I've done there, and then carry on building on those cards until you have 4 in each pile. Kick off the game by turning round one card from the middle pile and placing it to its corresponding place. So for example, the jack would go in the 11 spot like I'm doing here, and the ace would go in the 1 spot. Then, after you've placed a card in its corresponding number space, you want to turn around the card in the space that you've just placed that. You then place that in its corresponding number space, and you go so on and so forth. So kings are essentially your lives. Because you've started with that middle pile of cards, if you work through all 4 kings before you've managed to complete the rest of the clock, you're going to have no more cards left in the middle to pick up, and you've lost the game. So yeah, you don't want to be getting those kings, you want to avoid the kings, but this game is 100% luck, so you can't really control it, I'm sorry. However, if you manage to hold back all your kings till the very end, like I have done here in my first win, then congratulations, you have won your game of clock. And congratulations, you have won your game of clock, and it's very satisfying to see all the cards so neatly, so nicely in a clock shape. Clock shape. The final 1-player card game I'm going to talk about is called Pyramid. So you basically want to make cards equating to 13, and this is how you eliminate them from the game, and you basically want to get rid of all the cards in your main playing foundation and all the cards in your leftover pile, and once you've done that by making pairs of 13, you have won the game. I think there's variations of this game where you could like just get rid of the pyramid, and it doesn't matter if you've got cards left in the sort of final pile, but it's really up to you and how difficult you want the game to be. So you start off by dealing the cards into a pyramid shape, all face up. So you do this by dealing 1 card at the very top and then 2 cards in the next row, sort of halfway covering that first card, and then 3 cards in the 3rd row, and so on and so forth until you have 7 rows of cards. You can only play cards that are fully revealed, so even if a card is only covered a little bit by another card, like you can't play that card. It has to be absolutely fully revealed, no other cards on top of it. In Pyramid, aces are worth 1, twos, etc, etc. Then jacks are 11, queens are 12, and kings are 13. This means that kings don't have to be added to another card to make a pair to be get rid of. If you've got a king, you can just get rid of it out of the game straight away. So start off the game by making any pairs you can from the cards you've got revealed. So the way this works is obviously ace goes with queen, 2 goes with jack, 10 goes with 3, so on and so forth. And yeah, once you can't really do anything else in the main foundation, you can start sifting through the deck that you have left. You do this one at a time, not like Solitaire, so you have access to all the cards. So if you've turned a card round from the main pile that pairs with something in the pyramid, just take both cards and remove them from the game. By doing this, you could reveal another card in the pyramid, like make that available, and then you maybe could pair that with another card in the pyramid. So just always keep an eye on what you're revealing and what that card might be able to now do. See here, I paired a 10 and a 3. So make sure you have a separate pile for your discard pile. So this is the cards that as you're going through the deck, you can't quite use yet. Once you've got through all of that, you can turn that pile around and use it again, and then make sure you keep in a separate pile the cards that you've discarded from the game so you know which ones you got rid of. I accidentally mixed those up at one point when I was filming. It was very frustrating. Obviously you do need to be a little bit strategic with Pyramid and not just get rid of any time you see a card that pairs with another card. You've got to look at what's at the top, what's blocking things, etc, etc, because you could be getting rid of cards and then realise, oh actually I should have saved that to use it further down the line. So you do need to think about it and be a bit strategic, because yeah, it's not just about getting rid of cards as soon as you see them. You also need to think, if you're playing the harder rules, that if you want to get rid of all the cards in the sort of remaining deck, you need to pair those all with the cards in the pyramid. So you might want to try and save some of the actual pyramid cards back to be able to pair them with main deck cards. It's always worth having a little glance at your sort of gameplay area and seeing what cards are sort of at the top of the pyramid. Because sometimes you'll look and be like, there is absolutely no possibility of me winning this game, so I'm just going to give up now and start again before I get too committed. The game ends when you either can't make any more moves and then you've unfortunately lost, or if you manage to get rid of all your cards. And if you do that, well done, you've just won Pyramid. Woohoo for you! So that concludes 3 of my favourite single player card games. I really hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you go away and give these games a try. If you do, let me know what you think of them, and I really hope they keep you entertained. Yeah, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. As I said before, let me know in the comments what your favourite one player card games are, and yeah, I hope you'll consider subscribing to me. But yeah, hope everyone has a nice lockdown, stay safe, stay sensible, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!